call to conscience, the diaspora's vote and the future of Albania. The weight of a historic moment. On May 11th, 2025, Albania faces a pivotal moment. For the first time, its diaspora will cast votes in national elections. This is right, long fought for, carries profound symbolic and practical power. It is a chance for Albanians abroad to reconnect with their homeland, to shape its destiny. Yet, amid this historic step, a painful question echoes among those who stayed. Will the diaspora remember why they left? The irony of memory. Social media buzzes with diaspora voices proudly declaring support for political figures like Ilir Meta, Sali Berisha, and others. To many Albanians at home, this feels like a betrayal. These are the same leaders whose policies, corruption, and greed fueled the exodus of hundreds of thousands. They're the architects of the despair that forced mothers to flee with children on their backs, fathers to risk their lives crossing mountains like grandmas or braving deadly seas. Bodies were lost to rivers and waves. Families were shattered. Those who stayed bore witness to the devastation. Villages emptied, graves untended, generations severed from their roots. Now, as diaspora Albanians prepare to vote, those in Albania plead, do not forget. Do not forget who turned your homeland into a place you had to escape. Do not forget the nights spent walking treacherous paths, the humiliation of begging for refuge in foreign lands, the ache of being unable to mourn at your parents' graves. These politicians did not weep for you. They enriched themselves while your dreams drowned. The hypocrisy of choice. It is a bitter irony that those exiled by corruption now risk empowering the very forces that exiled them. Meta, Berisha, and their ilk are not saviors. They are relics of a broken system that traded public trust for private gain. Their promises are hollow, their legacies stained by stolen futures. To vote for them is to spit on the graves of those who died fleeing their rule. Albanians at home acknowledge the diaspora's suffering. They know your strength, your resilience. But they ask, why reward the oppressors? Why hand power back to those who exiled you? The Albanians who stayed, though fewer in number, have fought to rebuild. They faced daily battles against corruption, poverty, and cynicism. They refused to abandon their homeland, believing justice can still bloom from the rubble. A diaspora vote for the old guard would undermine this struggle, risking a new wave of exodus, this time of the hopeful who stayed. A plea for unity. This is not a call to reject the diaspora's voice. It is a plea to wield that voice wisely. The ballot is a weapon. Aim it at the roots of corruption, not the branches. Albania's fate hangs in the balance. If the diaspora votes with nostalgia or short-term promises, they may sentence their homeland to repeat its darkest chapters. But if they vote with memory, with fury at what was stolen and hope for what could be, they can help forge a new Albania. To the diaspora, you carry the scars of this nation. Your hands built new lives abroad, but your hearts still beat for Skyperia. When you vote, remember the mountains you crossed, the seas that swallowed your kin, the empty chairs at family tables. Honor that pain by choosing leaders who will heal, not exploit, who will serve, not steal. The choice ahead. Albanians at home cannot do this alone. They need allies in the diaspora who see clearly, who vote not for the politicians of the past, but for the promise of the future. This is the time to break cycles, not perpetuate them. On May 11th, let your vote be a bridge, not a barrier. Let it honor the sacrifices of those who walked grandmas, who drowned in the Otranto Channel, and who still fight for justice at home. Together, Albanians everywhere can rise. But first, they must remember,